The Mixed Mornings and More podcast with Steph and Shawn.
Now available daily.
Good morning, world.
Good morning and happy Thursday. It's May 26, 5:31 in the morning.
A few months back, I had a tour of the laser tag area at the Alley YMM.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and the man there said, so we do 12-minute rounds. And I was like, oh, 12 minutes, that's not very long. And he was just like, you'd be surprised at how long 12 minutes is when you're running around playing laser tag.
Exactly. 12 minutes is a long time.
Well, I kind of likened it to like, okay, you know, when you think you're like, I'm going to jump on the trampoline for an hour and you start jumping in like a minute and a half in.
Yeah, I was going to say like 3 minutes goes by.
And you're like, no, this is not a great plan. That was me last night. So we went and played laser tag with my Girl Guides.
Oh, yeah.
And it was so much fun. But I don't know how far into the 12 minutes we were when I was like, is this 12 minutes not up yet? Like, I am sweating. I am still running around.
That's how I remember laser tag is just like being a 12-year-old, being sweaty, and then my mom having to drive like 5 of us home and probably hating her life. Just like
gross.
Sweaty teenager. So I don't even know how an adult would do it.
Yeah, it was definitely fun, but I definitely didn't need a round 2.
They need showers there like a gym.
Yes, please.
I ate something last night, and I need to put it out to the public opinion on if I committed a food crime, Steph.
Ooh, okay.
And so I sliced up a red pepper.
Yeah.
And then I dipped that red pepper in roasted red pepper cashew dip.
Oh.
Pepper on pepper crime right there. Is that like frowned upon?
It might be, but it sounds delicious.
Because I liken this, and something that I always like get mad about is when you have a chicken burger with an egg on it.
I hate that. I also hate it when they're like, hey, here's an omelet with chicken inside.
Yes!
Like, you can't do that. That, I think, is an absolute crime.
So that's a food crime right there. That's what I thought of. And then halfway through my red peppers, I was like halfway through, and I'm just like, this could be brother and sister red pepper right here. Like brothers mashed up that made the cashew dip, and sisters like the one that I'm dipping. I could just be doing like family red pepper crime here.
However, you are chewing it up and swallowing it, and then it's all the same inside.
But that's the same as...
It's not the same argument as the mama and the baby, I don't think at all. Brother and sister is much less... And it's vegetarian based.
that makes it completely better. 780-791-1037. You can weigh in. Am I committing a food? Do I need to switch up my dip? Do I need to go for something other than roasted red pepper when I'm dipping? Like I had baby cucumbers and roasted red pepper.
Fully allowed. Not even a
Different groups. That's tasty as heck.
Maybe you should get some pita bread. Perhaps you should just try and steer away from the sibling vegetables.
No vegetables for me. Okay, gotcha.
When you get back from a trip, are you an unpack it right away, or do you let it linger for a little bit?
Oh, always let it linger. I just cannot bring myself. I'm always so just like worn out after a trip. Like if I ever have my suitcase with like all my clothes in it, what I'll do is if anything's noticeably dirty, it'll go into the bin. But then I will just wear those clothes throughout the week. Like I'll pick it up, I'll do the smell test, I'll do like the look test, and if it passes, I'll be like, all right, wearing this today, and I'm slowly unpacking my suitcase.
Oh my god!
And then after I wear it for the day, then I'll put it in the dirty bin.
That is impressive. It sounds kind of like a bachelor life hack. I just am unpacking from camping.
Oh, you can't quite do the same thing as a clothing suitcase.
No. And I've been like slowly doing it, but I forgot I wasn't done this morning, and I just got in my car and I was like, ugh.
Oh, yeah. Every time you do any errands, you're just like, oh, my canoe's still on the top of.
Exactly. Oh, there's still stuff in here from camping. And even when I walk into my house, so we had taken out our back seat to fit more stuff in the SUV. And the seats are still sitting in my kitchen because the car isn't finished being unpacked yet. And I'm just like, I am tripping over this camping trip that was only 3 days long for the last 3 days. And I'm over it.
Well, if short kings have a lot of money, there is a way that they can maybe make themselves feel a little bit better about themselves and gain a couple inches height-wise.
Height-wise, okay. Are they buying some like extra tall platform shoes that are expensive?
That is an
what's the deal?
option. That is an option. That's the cheaper option. Or there's a $75,000 procedure where you can like kind of get surgery, and I believe they like kind of go at like what's the bone in your thigh? Like femur, maybe?
Femur, I think.
I don't know. They go for one of your bones in your thighs, and then they lengthen you essentially, and they make you 3 inches taller. There's a new procedure that is kind of making short kings a little tall normies.
A little hopeful. Ouch, that sounds awful.
Yeah, there was an article on this guy who was 5'7", and he just had he just insecure in some ways, dating world, work world, whatever it may be. He had the money, he got it done, and he is extremely happy now. 5'10".
Wow. Okay, 5'10", really changed his life there.
I guess so. And like I was just like, man, if money wasn't an option, I'm 5'9". I could finally be the 6-footer I always wanted to be if I got this surgery. I just like it's weird how height has that impact on people, just like probably how other like surgeries have impact on other people.
Yeah, like I mean hair growth or whatever,
yeah.
like that's a big thing, or even like breast augmentation and stuff. I am so terrified of being hurt.
Oh yeah.
My dad's had both his hips replaced now, like, and that's what I always think about. Like, I'm just like, ooh, like you want to cut the femur and do something with that? Like, that sounds painful to me. Absolutely not.
Yeah. Like, I'm thinking, like, if I ever won like $100,000, would I put 75 towards being a 6-footer? Maybe.
Wow.
Maybe.
I'm impressed. Okay. I thought it was a hard no, but it's a hard maybe. Okay.
My girlfriend usually works from home almost all the time. And a lot of time in her meetings, she's dealing with people over like online video calls, Zoom, Teams, whatever it may be.
Good for her.
And one of the things that she found hilarious was she finally got to meet one of the people within her company in person just the other day. And she was like, she was a lot shorter than I thought.
Oh.
And I love just, I think everyone does it, whether they know it or subconsciously they do it, is you just build someone up to be who you know through a screen. And then you kind of build a character off of that. Because you see just like maybe from the collarbone up or whatever it may be, if they even have their camera on half the time, right?
Yeah, totally.
And then you just build up like the personality that you know through like the video calls and everything. You don't really know how they are actually in person. And so she finally got to meet this person, and they just had like a ball chatting in person because they like got along a lot, and they both thought they were going to be shorter than what they actually were.
Whoa.
Which I thought was hilarious as well.
Well, I mean, I think you just live in this tiny little box, you know? I feel like I remember meeting one of my girl guides and I was like, wait, you don't have a beach behind you at all times? You know, like it's like, what? In real life, you actually are just a normal person.
And I remember doing a lot of interviews with the Oil Barons head coach and GM Adam Manna a lot over like Zoom and everything. And yeah, you kind of see this guy and everything, collarbones up, and you're just having a chat about the season. And then finally, when I started to work the games and everything, he's like a built, solid dude. I was just like, you look great. Good job on working out over there. I was like, I don't know what I built up, but it wasn't this. So great job over there.
Did you tell him, like, maybe you should wear some tighter shirts on Zoom? You should really work this a little bit more on the camera?
I should have.
Find a better angle,
That
man.
would have been a nice, like, brown nose and kind of get in there with the team.
Found some really cool news on Twitter the other day. Our very own real estate agents here in town, Paige Cyr and Corey Cyr, are going to be on HGTV. What?
Good morning. Welcome to the show.
Hi, guys.
Morning.
And so I guess just getting down to the very start of it, Battle on the Beach, Season 2, first episode June 5th on HGTV. How does that make y'all feel?
Pretty excited.
Yeah, we're excited. A lot of it still feels pretty surreal. So.
Yeah, I mean, we've been holding in this secret for quite some time now. So I think the excitement for us has kind of come and gone already. And now we're just anxious to get this going.
Yeah, I was seeing in the video, you said something like you didn't even apply for this show. They found you?
Yeah, we got a message on our Instagram, I think it was December, from some production, I don't know, a lady that works for an agency. And she's like, hey, a TV exec here, we're casting for a show. Would you guys be interested? And of course, we didn't think much of it.
We thought it was kind of fake at first. We're like, what is this?
But I mean, she hopped on a call with us right away, and we did an interview. She said she was going to package it together and send it into the show and let us know. And then we didn't hear anything for like 2 months.
Close to 2 months. Yeah.
So we thought, okay, well, obviously we blew it. And then we came home from our winter vacation, and we got a call like, hey, are you guys still interested? And we're like, well, I mean, maybe, but we were just gone for 2 weeks. So when do you need us? And they're like, oh, in 2 weeks. Whoa. And we were like, okay, well, sure, let us know. And then all of a sudden it was like, just kidding, we need you here in 2 days. So it kind of happened really fast. All of a sudden we were packing up our lives again and heading down south. Mm-hmm. And we didn't know how long we were going to be gone for. Like, it was all very vague. We didn't have a ton of information. We just kind of packed up and left.
Luckily, we have like a lot of family here that kind of stepped up and watched our dogs for us in our house and all that. So that was really nice.
It's so interesting. And then I saw on the Instagram as well, people were trying to like guessing, like how do you tell people that you're just randomly going away? Like, did you have to come up with like a white lie of some sort?
Oh my gosh, yeah. Well, for a realtor, it's hard to just be like, oh, we just left for 2 weeks and now we're home for 2 weeks and now we're gone again. Like, it doesn't make any sense. So we just told everyone, like, we're away and we can't really tell you why. So people became really invested in like, where the heck are they? Yes. What are they doing?
What were some of the best guesses of what y'all were doing?
Well, it was funny because we were like filming a little bit on stories, and our rental car had a California license plate. And then all the producers and all the team, they all had different license plates as well. And people were like, oh, I see, Florida. Oh, I see. Oh, you're on some coast. It's got to be Carolina.
Yeah, Galveston's a really unique spot. So some people like have been there and they guessed it right on, but we're just like keeping it pretty tight-lipped about if anybody gets anything right.
Yeah, I made a post, and our producer immediately was like, take that down. Like, they were watching our socials like a hawk.
Whoa. So 5 weeks away and only 2 days to pack. Did you have to go shopping when you were in Galveston? Or, like, how did you pack enough stuff to be on TV ready, outfit-wise?
Yeah, it's really interesting the way they did it. Like they told us like you're not allowed to have any branded clothing or anything. So you pretty much have to buy like just basic clothing for all the shoot days and everything.
It was funny too. We ran down to Superstore and just got a bunch of like plain Jane stuff for like flipping a house, T-shirts and sweatpants and whatever, right? And they're like, bring a lot of doubles. And so we bought like 2 of everything. And then when we get down there, they're like, okay, give us 5 outfits, and then we need all new stuff. And we're like, wait, what?
Whoa.
The last person told us to bring doubles. We don't have new stuff. So it was a mad scramble. We were heading to Target and trying to come up with new outfits. We ended up needing like 20-something outfits. Yeah. Which we did not have. It was pretty crazy. So we had 1 day off, and we would be racing over to Target on our 1 day off to stock up again.
Now, you're mentioning Galveston. That's down in Texas. Battle on the Beach is the show. Did you watch season 1? So did you know what you're getting into?
Truthfully, nope.
we started to watch it like when we kind of knew we were going to be down there filming it, and I don't even think we made it through the whole season.
We didn't even watch the season finale. Don't tell anyone.
Oh my God.
Well, that's the thing. They put you on the spot. They don't really say too much. And then all of a sudden it's just like, and it's this show. And you're like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, it was so tight-lipped. We knew what show it was, but we didn't want to get our hopes up. So we're like, you know what? If we get it, then we'll maybe dive further into it. But then they only gave us 2 days notice. So we didn't really have time to catch up. Our family knew, and they started secretly watching the season 1 without us and like making notes and stuff. But I mean, once we were down there, we didn't have time for anything. Like it was pretty intense.
And then it's 6 episodes. Is it like, do you get eliminated, or do you get to take part in the entire show and then find out at the end?
Yeah, you're in for the whole show. So the basis is all the houses are basically appraised at the beginning. And then everybody has the same budget, same amount of time and everything. And then at the end of it, whoever's house appraises the highest is the winner.
And each episode is a different challenge. So episode 1 is the kitchen, and, every episode there's a prize. So there's judges, which this year are Brian and Sarah Baumler, Canadians from Island of Bryan, and they judge each room in each episode. So there's a winner each episode and then a grand finale winner.
Wow. Okay. And then I have to ask this because I'm a total Trading Spaces original person, and I saw that Ty Pennington was in this.
Yeah.
What was
my gosh.
that like to meet him?
He's so funny.
He's hilarious.
I mean, he'll just ramble on as we're all standing there waiting for the cameras to start rolling, which there's a lot of hurry up and wait. He would just start rambling on about the most random stuff. You just start folding over laughing.
Yeah, he's got a story for everything.
Yeah, he was a lot of fun.
And then I guess, have you done beach house stuff before? Because that's kind of the polar opposite of what we kind of have experienced up here in Fort McMurray. So were you used to that style, or were you just like, you know what, we're naturals at this, we got it?
Well, we actually picked up a project, a reno on a lake on Lac La Biche last winter.
Oh.
So we've already started on flipping a lake house. I mean, we don't have a ton of experience. The environment down in Galveston is so much different. Every house is up on stilts. I mean, it's a very unique place. So we had to kind of appeal to the local appraisers and what they were going to be interested in. So it was a lot of local market research to see how we could get that value of the home up. And you guys are just going to have to watch to see how it plays out, I guess.
Yeah. You're like, oh, we can make the basement. Wait, there is no basement. Okay.
There's no basement. I will say, though, carrying material up to that house every day, up and down those stairs,
it's a workout.
Yeah. Exhausting.
Being on a reality TV show, was that ever something y'all wanted to do? I know myself, I'm a huge Big Brother fan. I apply every season. I'm just I want to get on. Was the real estate kind of reality shows something that was on y'all's radar?
No. We've never sought this out, right? I mean, we're so busy up here. I barely have a moment to breathe between my job, and you've only, Corey, just got into the real estate game in the last year. And we're just, busy up here trying to do our own thing. Don't get me wrong. I love a good reality TV show. My favorite brand of TV. I love it. He hates it. No. Did we think 2 people from Fort McMurray would ever get on TV?
Yeah, no.
Absolutely
Especially
not.
to go down to the States and do an HGTV show. We never expected that.
And do you feel like it was hard? Did you feel like you had to guard what you were saying or anything like that? Or are there any moments where you're like, oh my gosh, I hope they don't put that in the show?
Yeah, well, it's if your mic's up 24/7 the whole time you're there, and unless you consciously turn your mic off to do something, they're always listening. So you really have to watch what you're saying.
Yeah, there'd be a few times where I'm heading into the bathroom and I'm like, oh yeah, turn the mic off. Yeah. Literally always mic. And if I was having a bad day and the cameras were on me, I would just start dropping F-bombs because then I knew they couldn't put it on camera.
Yes! Oh, this is perfect. Do you have any idea about the edits, or are we watching it together for the first time when it airs?
Well,
yeah, we have no idea.
No.
So we're super excited to see how we look and how it all turns out.
I know. What if they make us villains? You just don't know, right?
So interesting.
I don't think that that's going to be our label, but
they kept calling us the nice Canadians, but maybe that was just their way of trying to trick us, and they're going to turn it around.
Yeah, we're not too sure. There is a sneak preview over on Ty's page on Instagram. I'm not sure if anyone's seen that, but we're briefly in it. Yeah. I can't wait to see what happened in the other houses. For us, that was the biggest surprise, I think, is going to be, because we were told to stay away. We weren't allowed to look in the other teams' houses. We were barely allowed to talk to the other teams. Mm-hmm. And so whatever happened in their houses, we have no idea what was going on.
Yeah, we got to see them at the very end, but the finished product. But other than that, we didn't see anything going on in the houses.
Yeah, I can't wait to watch their drama. I know what our drama was, but I can't wait to watch their drama. I mean, we would hear about it. They would come out to the workshop, and Ty would be going off about, my team, and, or the other contestants would be going, I can't work like this, but we have no idea what happened. So it's going to be fun.
Wow, this is so exciting. And okay, so after Battle on the Beach, what's next for you guys? What are you hoping for?
I don't know. Just we have like a few projects on the go up here right now to get caught up on life and work.
Just keep doing what we've been doing, I guess. We don't really have any ambitions out of it, I guess.
No, we want this to be like a fun thing that we did one time. And I think that's really it. I mean, you never know. I'm sure this will possibly open some doors for us, but we're just kind of taking it as it comes.
Yeah.
I love it.
It's so fun. I love hearing about this all. Battle on the Beach, it's season 2. June 5th is the first episode. HGTV, a chance at $50,000. Paige and Corey, thank you so much for today.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's been fun.
Oh, this was great. Okay, I do have one more question.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, Shawn. I have to ask it. Okay, so you were gone for 2 weeks on vacation. I'm guessing you left to escape the winter. Did you get 5 more weeks of no Fort Mac winter?
Yeah, we managed to bypass winter completely. Yeah.
Well, aren't you blessed?
Well, I will say, though, it wasn't great down there either. So our house was right on the beach, and it was extreme winds, like hurricane winds, and our house had no power and heat. So I was still in there with like a parka on, freezing my booty off. It was so cold and wet, and I shouldn't complain, but
it definitely wasn't as cold as here, but it was still pretty cold, and the weather didn't. I think it was maybe the last week and a half that we had some decent weather. And
we were working outside in this miserable, cold, wet weather. So it really just added to how much the weeks sucked, if I'm being honest. It was very labor intensive, and it was out in cold, crap weather. And by the end of it, we're like, can we go home? We're done.
Wow. Oh, man. I can't wait to see it. Thanks so much, guys. This was such a great chat.
No problem.
Want more of today's show?
Download the Mixed Mornings and More podcast.
Now available every weekday.